So we are back here at the Stronghold Games Booth at Essen for the second year in a row, and holy crap, we have so many games to talk about. I know we sort of got the ball rolling at Gen Con.
Yeah, we did.
With the number of titles, and the number just keeps getting bigger as we move further into the year here. So without further ado, let's just jump right in and get going.
We'll talk about the stuff that's like really new for the Essen stuff. So, because I think everyone's already heard the other stuff, and all those people on the Geek are now saying, I don't want to talk to Stephen Buonocore anymore. Hopefully they're kidding.
Yes.
But the really nice new stuff that we have that's really new right here, we've got Crude the oil game, which is the reprint of McMulti back from the 90s with 300 plastic pieces in there.
Nice.
Reach over and see these beautiful plastic pieces that are in this game. I mean, it's hard to see them on the camera from this distance, but it's an economic simulation of the oil and gas markets. And it's like a pre-Euro game, basically, before Euros kind of existed.
Right.
And now we brought it back with all even better components than it was done then. This is one of those last Grail games, really, where people were paying over $200 for the game, and now you get it at Stronghold Games for $69.95 in the States is the full retail price, and I think it's going to be a big hit when people see this game.
Yeah, it's really great to see you bringing a game like that you know already has this established fan base, people who loved it before, and you're reintroducing it to a whole new generation of gamers who haven't had the chance to play it just because they couldn't find it.
This is the last of the original business model of Stronghold Games to find all those great reprints. This is the last one reprint announced. We'll get maybe one or two in the future. Maybe well, no speculations at this time. But now we're doing other types. We're going into the Euro market, as you guys reviewed Milestones recently, and CO2 is going to be a big game for us. I think it's huge here at Essen. And getting to light small card games as well. So we're really expanding what we're doing. We want to become the game company that every gamer can look to and say, oh, what's Stronghold Games doing in that space?
There's something at every level.
Something at every level.
Well, let's talk about CO2, because that's another brand new one.
It's another brand new release. Way back there on the shelf. CO2 is a very big Euro game. It's not even the kind of game that I would normally play. It's not like kind of conflict games. And this is a heavy-duty Euro by the same guy who did Vinos last year, the winemaking game, Vitalis Servan. And that was heralded as being an amazing design, especially for a first-time designer. So he's come back again, and he's done CO2, which is a green energy game. So you can pollute the environment with Crude the oil game, and then you can go clean it up in CO2.
You're covering both bases.
Covering both, right? And while it's not a cooperative game in any way, everyone could lose the game if the CO2 gases get too high in the game. So it's a really interesting thematic game, a controversial theme to a certain extent, which is which is good. It's very topical, So I'm very excited about that, and we'll have that in the States in the retail stores probably in December, mid-December.
And I know we've already heard the shouting and the hoorays from one of the tables over here.
Space Cadets.
Another new game here.
Space Cadets has been, it's actually so far the biggest seller here. Really flying out of here for us. And that's Jeff Engelstein and family's game, right? Sydney, Brian, and Jeff Engelstein designed it together. In that game, it is a real-time simulation of the Starship Bridge, where you're manning the different stations of a Starship Bridge to complete a scenario, a mission. So somebody's going to be the captain, somebody's going to be the helmsman, the weapons officer, the shields officer, the engineer, all those stations, and in real time, they've got to cooperate. So the helmsman's got to plot the course basically using robo-rally style cars. So this way two, and one that way, and straight ahead. And while yelling at the shield officer, we'll leave shields on the right side of the ship so that they coordinate their actions together like that. The weapons officer is amazing because he's got to do it like a Ubongo puzzle in real time to load the torpedo tube, but then in non-real time, he gets to flick the disc a certain number of spaces to see if he has hit the enemy ship. So it's really crazy, and as you said, depending on how good or bad the players are doing, people are yelling at people, no, do it over there, do it. So it is a lot of it. It's sort of almost a gamer's party to a certain extent, right? You got to be, it's not light and fluffy. Each game is simple enough to learn, but you've got to bring everybody together to actually do these missions. So it's
I like
great.
that there's different mini games, and every single one revolves around another sort of learning a new aspect of the game. So you could actually learn the game from a different perspective based on which role you kind of sit in on, which chair you sit in on.
Exactly. And what's good is that if you're not good at flicking games, well, you don't do the weapons officer, right? If you're good at visual spatial, then we will put you at the helm because then you can plot the course of the ship. So it really has got a little bit of something for everyone, I think.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I can't believe all the titles you've had out this year. Is there anything that you can tease us with for
well, let me at least go to Core Rules. Oh, I have two more. Two more we have to talk about. At least two more.
Go right ahead. Don't let me jump the gun here. I thought I was done.
Core World's Galactic Order, which is the expansion for Core World. Okay. Core Worlds did great for us last year. That was our take on deck building. Right. But it was a deck building element in the game with lots of resource management. So now we have Core World's Galactic Orders out, and it just takes the whole game to a whole other level. It seamlessly adds some new mechanics into the game, whereby the Galactic Orders themselves, these parts of the Empire that have not fallen because they were powerful enough to sustain themselves, like the Science Guild and the Mining Coalition. You will now, as you deploy units, you'll be using your tokens to put on them, and then you can use them either tactically by taking one off, to use the favor. Some will give you bonuses in invasions or in deployments, or you will use it strategically at the end, where if you have the most number of tokens on a given order, you're going to get that many Empire points. If you're the second most, you get half rounded down. So it seamlessly integrates and is an excellent expansion into that universe.
That's a difficult thing to do, to add a whole new core mechanic to a game like that and have it not screw up the original.
And there's even other things I didn't mention, like there are event cards now, and there are achievements that are attached to your home planet. So we've added enough stuff in there to keep the people who love this game really happy with what we're doing. Of course, new cards for the decks and stuff like that as well.
Right.
So, another game I have to talk about is Article 27. Because Dan Baden is here too. He's teaching the game over there. Article 27, the United Nations Security Council game. Well, that sounds like this dry kind of theme, but it is absolutely not, because it's all about negotiation. It is a pure negotiation game, and it comes with a real wooden gavel. It's like this big, and it's stained wood, and you can if you get mad at the guy next to you, just slap him in the head with it. Stronghold Games does not condone any violence. Okay. But it's all about negotiation. You're all going to take turns as the Secretary General, and you're going to wrap the gavel to start, and then in 5 minutes you have to negotiate the different proposals that you will bring to the floor. And they're in colors. They're red, blue, green. So you'll bring them, and the different colored proposals will be a different number of influence points to you. Will mean different, either plus or minus, on every given turn. So the blue one might be very valuable to get that one past this turn, but the red one might be negative, so you will never pass one with that. And as a member of the United Nations Security Council, you wield the power of the veto. As people might know, if you veto something, you basically vote, and if it's a veto, it does not pass, nobody will score, but it's going to cost you 5 influence for doing so. There's also a secret agenda in there, but basically, at its heart, this is a pure negotiation game. So if you like social interactions, not only Space Cadets, as we just talked about, but Article 27 is exactly the kind of game you want.
Absolutely.
One more, and then we can talk about other things.
Okay, yes.
Revolver 2. That's brand new here as well. Revolver 2 is an addition to the Revolver universe. It does not replace Revolver 1. We're going to be supporting both of them going forward. Revolver 1, in fact, has 2 mini expansions that we just released, and they're actually new in Essen, because even White Goblin didn't have theirs until just now. Nice. So Revolver 1 with its expansions, and Revolver 2 will have expansions in the future, and it's sort of like another movie in the same world, because as we know, as I mentioned to you, Revolver plays out not only thematically, but cinematically. It's like almost like watching a movie.
Right.
Is that enough? I'm about to faint.
Me too. I don't blame you for being out of breath. That's a heck of a lot of games to talk.
A lot of stuff to talk about.
Going on. I have to at least let you tease us with some coming attractions, if you have any. If you have any breath left, or if there are any things on the horizon beyond Essen. Give us a throw us a bone here. Not that you don't have enough already. Yeah. I'm not complaining.
Absolutely. I can't give you any big announcements because I know people want me to give a very big announcement, and I did not do one this year. I kind of got bit last year by doing one, but that's all right. Yes. It all ended up great. Go buy Merchant of Venus and Fantasy Flight. They're wonderful guys. We do. We love them. But what we're going to be doing, it's a little tidbit I haven't announced yet. There's an Anthony Rubo game that's going to be coming out. He's got a couple of other games in print. We're still not sure of the name of the game, but I like Wild Goose Chase. It's about getting your farm animals back into their pens in real time. Again, another real-time game that also you can scale it. You can go from like 2 to 10 players. So you can scale it that way, and you can scale it also in difficulty so easily because there's going to be a hidden trader that may be part of the game if you want it, or the number of animals in their pens can grow. So it's going to be one of those games that you're going to play it easy. Here you go. You want to play it tough? Now we're going to add them in, and you're going to really get hurt by this.
card game, board game?
Card game with lots of bits. They have like there's multiple, and again, we haven't finished on the theme yet, so we're very early in the game. The design is solid, it's beautiful. You have to basically get the colored pieces back onto their colored space. Animals back to their heads, whatever those pieces happen to be, and in real time, so they'll be in different places, and cards will be played as actions essentially to make them and move them in different ways, and there will be actions specific to the spaces, and of course if there's a traitor in the game, if you want to do that, he's going to be working against you, but subtly, because if he's found out, things can happen to him too. So that's coming up in the future. That'll be my little gift to you for a surprise. I like to give you guys a surprise.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, man. It's always great seeing you guys. And David too, and I forgot your name.
Francie.
Francie, yeah. They're always behind the camera. We got to give a shout out to them.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys.